Hello and Assalamualaikum. We are from DSB5 in Group 7. We will explain pollution analysis that we have been researching for our communicative English oral presentation assessment. Enjoy. Okay, what are pollution? Pollution has been a long-standing issue around the world. It remains very difficult to overcome. A pollution type refers to a source of or a point where pollutants are released into the environment, such as factories, vehicles, or waste disposal sites. These sources continuously tap harmful substances like smokes, chemicals, or waste into the air, water, or soil, leading to environmental degradation. Hello and Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Farid Fasli bin Amin, and today I'm gonna present about the analysis bar graph. The title of bar graph is Country with Most Polluted Air in 2016. It shows the PM2.5 concentration level in various countries to compare how severe air pollution was in each location. Let's go to the features. The x-axis represents different countries, while the y-axis shows the PM2.5 concentration level, which measure the amount of fine particulate matter in the air. The most polluted country in 2016 was Nepal, with PM2.5 concentration of 94.3. The least polluted country among those listed was Equatorial Guinea with concentration of 45.9. Let's go to the comparison. The first one is the PM2.5 concentration in Nepal was significantly higher than in Equatorial Guinea. It can be seen that Nepal recorded 94.3, whereas Equatorial Guinea only recorded 46.9. Next, the level of air pollution in Qatar was considerably higher than in India. It can be seen that Qatar recorded 90.4, while India recorded only 65.2. The air pollution in China was marginally higher than in the Central African Republic, with 49.2 and 49.5 respectively. Next, I will be explaining about the analysis for pie chart. The title of pie chart is Premature Death by Air Pollution in 2019. The chart shows the health effects caused by air pollution divided into different types of diseases and their percentage of occurrence. Now let's go to the features. The variables include types of diseases like trachea cancer, heart disease, chronic pulmonary obstruction, upper respiratory, and other diseases, and their percentage proportions. The most common disease linked to air pollution is heart disease and stroke, making up 37% of the total. The least common diseases are trachea cancer and other diseases, both accounting for 11% each. Now let's go to the comparison. Heart disease and stroke is shown over a third, which is 37%, and was higher than chronic pulmonary obstruction, which is nearly a fifth for 80%. Next, upper respiratory tract infection is over fifth, which was higher than trachea cancer. It's slightly over a 10, which is 11%. Chronic pulmonary obstruction is shown nearly fifth, which is 80%, was higher than other diseases that show over a 10, which is 11%.
Hello and Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Muhammad Imran bin Bahri. My matrix number F1017. I will be explaining the analysis of the graph on plastic pollution, focusing on the world's main contributors and the issues of plastic waste disposal. So, the initial row graph displays the world's worst offender of plastic pollution. The data shown is based on companies that have disclosed their packaging figures. So next, we move to the features. From the graph, Coca-Cola produced the highest amount of plastic packaging with 2.9 million tons, followed by PepsiCo with 2.3 million tons and Nestle with 1.7 million tons. Meanwhile, Danone, Unilever and Colgate-Palmolive produced between 700,000 to 820,000 tons while Mars recorded the lowest amount at 184,000 tons. So next, we move to the comparison. The amount of plastic packaging produced by PepsiCo was slightly lower than Coca-Cola. It can be seen that there were 2,300,000 metric tons produced by PepsiCo and 2,900,000 metric tons by Coca-Cola. Aside from that, the amount of plastic packaging produced by Nestle was subsequently higher than Danone. It can be seen that there were 1,700,000 metric tons produced by Nestle and 820,000 metric tons by Danone. Then, the amount of plastic packaging produced by Coca-Cola was drastically higher than Mars. It can be seen that there were 2,900,000 metric tons produced by Coca-Cola and only 184,000 metric tons by Mars. The conclusion, it can be concluded that Coca-Cola is the largest producer of plastic packaging. This company contributes significantly and is considered one of the worst offenders of global plastic pollution. The second graph, structured as a line graph, indicates the amount of disposed plastic waste from 2020 to 2019, measured in millions of tons. It illustrates the changes in the quantity of plastic waste over the years. Overall, the amount of disposed plastic waste shows a fluctuating trend. It started at around 3.5 million tons in 2020 and reached its highest point in 2018 before slightly decreasing in 2019. So next we move to the comparison. From 2020 to 2014, the amount of disposed plastic waste increased gently from 3.5 million tons to 3.8 million tons. Between 2014 and 2016, the figure dropped slightly to 3.7 million tons. Then it rose again from 2016 to 2018, reaching a peak of 4 million tons. However, in 2019, the amount decreased slightly to 3.9 million tons. In conclusion, the disposed plastic waste generally increased over the years, showing that plastic pollution is still a growing problem. Other than that, more action is needed to reduce plastic waste globally. So that's all from me. Now we move to the next presenter.
Today I'm going to present on a bar graph titled Countries with Most Polluted Ocean in 2010. The graph shows how much plastic waste different countries contribute in the oceans. China is shown to be dramatically higher with 8.8 million metric tons compared to Indonesia. For Indonesia is shown to produce 3.2 million metric tons, which is drastically lower than China 8.8 million metric tons. The Philippines records 1.9 million metric tons, slightly higher than Vietnam at 1.8 million metric tons. Overall, the graph shows that China and Indonesia contribute the most pollution, while other countries have much lower levels. Next, I'm going to move to my next graph titled Pollutant Entering the Oceans. This chart shows the main sources of ocean pollution from different human activities. From the graph, sewage is the biggest contributor, making up 3/10 of all ocean pollution. Air pollutants and farm runoff each contribute a fifth. Showing there are also major sources. Maritime transportation and industrial wastewater each add a 10. and offshore oil are the smallest sources, both at 1 in 20. Overall, the chart shows the most ocean pollution comes from land-based activities. This means improving waste management on land is important for protecting our oceans.
Good day everyone. Today, I will be presenting two data analyses. One in the form of a bar graph and another in a pie chart. Both of these visuals focus on the topic of noise pollution and its impact on hearing loss across different countries and regions around the world. First, the title of the bar graph is Country with the Most Polluted Noise from 2019 to 2024. This graph shows that Bangladesh and India experience the highest level of urban noise, while countries such as the USA, France and the UK have lower but still significant level of noise pollution. This highlights that excessive noise is a global problem that affects people's health and quality of life. For the future, the x-axis represents different countries, while the y-axis shows the noise level in decibels, which is measured how loud or polluted each place is. The most polluted country between 22 and 22 was Bangladesh, recording a noise level of 119 decibels, while the least polluted country was the United Kingdom with 86 decibels. In comparison, Bangladesh and India have much higher noise level than other countries. For example, Dhaka recorded 190 decibels, which is louder than any other city, followed by Moradabad in India with 140 decibels. Countries such as Pakistan, Vietnam and Nigeria also show high noise levels, ranging from 101 to 105 decibels, which are lower than Bangladesh and India, but higher than Western countries. Overall, this shows that noise pollution is significantly worse in South and Southeast Asia compared to North America and Europe. Next, we're going to the pie chart. It's titled Hearing Loss Around the World in 22 to 2022. It shows that Southeast Asia has the highest percentage of hearing loss pollution at 20.9%, while Europe records the lowest at 12.6%. This indicates that hearing loss pollution is more serious in developing regions compared to developed ones. The variable presented in the chart shows the percentage of hearing loss pollution in different world regions. It highlights how much each region is affected by environmental noise and hearing problems. The Western Pacific records 18.3%, which is slightly lower than Southeast Asia but still higher than Africa, which has 17.6%. Meanwhile, the Eastern Mediterranean with 16.2% and the Americas with 14.4% show moderate level of hearing loss pollution. Again, Europe remains at lowest at 12.6%, making it significantly lower than other parts of the world. Conclusions. To conclude, both the bar graph and pie chart clearly show that South and Southeast Asia experience the highest level of noise and hearing loss pollution, while Europe and other Western regions record the lowest level. This comparison highlights how urban noise, rapid development and population density contribute to serious environmental and health problems. Therefore, it's important for every region to take an action to control noise pollution and protect hearing health for a better quality of life. Thank you.